everybody, welcome to another episode of the Unturned podcast. I'm your host, cucuycharles, and I'm joined once again by the Knight Rider,
Hello.
Trident Games,
Hi.
Staswalle.
Trident was playing Tarkov right before the episode.
Yeah, we had to pull him away from that. By the way, this is the last time I'm gonna be able to say Knight Rider first, because why don't you explain to the audience what's happening?
Man, I'm leaving the podcast. My heart just isn't in it anymore. I feel like the quality suffers while I'm here because I'm just bored and not in it fully. So I don't want to make the podcast less.
Did Trident say wah during the entire
I think
sentence?
Trident just did. I think he did.
No, I didn't.
I think he did, and I'm offended personally.
I didn't.
You didn't.
I didn't.
I heard wah.
I heard a wah.
I didn't.
I
This is gaslighting.
Anyone that's listening right now, you probably can go back and listen to that again. He did say wah.
Run that back.
It's not gaslighting. You're crazy, bro.
Okay, well, it was also another reason you told me that you were also leaving alongside with what you just said.
Oh yeah, I want to focus more on myself and not have like people depending on me to put out content on YouTube on a regular basis, basically. And because even if I am, I'm not gonna hit those deadlines. So I'm letting people know straight up, like I'm focusing on other things right now, but I will return eventually to YouTube.
You hear that, folks? He will return eventually.
I will return.
So this would be like kind of your send off for the time being.
For now, yeah. Now, I'm still going to be active in like Discord and stuff talking. I'm not going completely radio silent, just not uploading.
That's interesting. You know it's funny. When I met Knight, actually when we started the podcast, I didn't even have him added on Steam for like the 20th, like until the 20th episode or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a show, and I didn't even have him added on Steam. I thought that was pretty funny to say, because I don't think I've ever said that, but it's funny.
Yeah, I just removed you actually.
Bruh.
This
This guy. Knight, when you first came into the community, what was your first introduction? Yeah, that's a good word.
To the greater community, or just the game as a whole?
I guess the game and then the community. Like, give us a play.
For the game, one of my friends from Roblox that I kept playing Apocalypse Rising with like daily because I was addicted to that game said like, "Hey, Unturned's better," and I was like, "What? No way!" And
It is, dude.
then in 2017, he introduced me to Unturned. My first introduction was a heavily modded kit PvP TPA server on Washington. It was like 2016 or 2017, right? And then we got into like this clan war or whatever, and then I got my real life friend to join it, and then we just played for a while, and every now and then I realized that hey, Vanilla's infinitely better, and so I played that then, but my friend didn't like it because he's stupid, and so he doesn't play Unturned anymore. But yeah, that's how I got introduced to that, and then I realized like, hey, I really like the story of this game. Sir Addy isn't uploading anymore. I could probably do this. Basically, and that's kind of how I got introduced to the greater community as a whole.
No, I've said this before, but your channel is one of the few original ones when it comes to Unturned content, because I feel like the content scene for Unturned kind of has gotten stale.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
It's just I've had ideas on how to sort of make it like revolutionize it, for lack of a better term. I mean, I don't think it's that big of a deal as revolutionizing, but just like spicing it up a bit, I guess. Yeah, to innovate, like my Science of Unturned. That would.
Yeah, I really like that.
Yeah, I need to do more of that, and I'm working on a video that's going to be like a base raid movie kind of thing, like a Wellen type video.
No one has ever done that before.
Charles, you're going to be in it. It was the Arid server we played on.
Yeah, for like a day.
Yeah.
Something funny, I guess I could say, is that can we all agree? Like, who do we think is the best Unturned YouTuber? Like, definitively, because
I would have
Yes.
Serati.
Sarah, yeah.
Nylex.
I honestly think it is Serati for one reason. I don't feel like when I'm watching his content, I don't feel like a child watching it. That's the problem with, I guess, Nylex at that point. Is I think it's more towards like RP and like kids, obviously.
He doesn't do like a very typical sort of and Mike's kind of fucking around. He doesn't do typical content. I mean, he does something within like that sort of Unturned atmosphere, but he doesn't do let's plays or lucky boxes or PvP or raids. But he
And
actually
also
goes
the-
with
I would
something
say
that's more
Serati if he's
interesting,
still uploaded.
such
He-
as when
You see, his upload schedule is like so.
it's
How would
bizarre.
you say? It's so bizarre that you cannot really say if he's uploading or not.
I think
Like
the-
it's been
No. But every time he uploads, he always tops like the
it's always a
Unturned
banger.
video. It's always a banger. And people
It's
know.
always the banger.
True.
I feel like if Serati was really if he decided one day, hey, I'm gonna commit to YouTube, and then he did something that would make him popular, like either Minecraft or something, he'd probably have 1 million subs by now.
Probably,
But I imagine,
it is just Unturned after all.
but I imagine with that route, he probably would hate like it. That's usually what happens with this sort of things when people try to do that, they get burnt out of the game. Because
I
people
mean,
got that
expect,
right.
Eddie is all about quality over quantity when
Yeah.
it comes to his channel.
and it pays off for him because he always,
Yeah,
True. It's true.
anytime he uploads, he just steals the spotlight.
I don't
Mhm.
know. I think P9 is the best Unturned
Shut
YouTuber
up.
personally.
Okay, no,
he
no.
just
I'll say this.
uploaded today.
He
whatever.
uploads.
Maybe if he didn't fake raids. Maybe.
Shut up, man! Shut up,
Not, we've gone
dude. I'm gonna get so many
multiple
messages
episodes
out.
in a row without the running joke coming back.
No,
and now
no, it's tradition.
Staswalle has to ruin it.
It's tradition. Listen, Zeman left. Someone has to continue
Okay,
that.
that's enough. But here's the funny part about the whole ordeal, right? When I come to
Mhm.
content, and I was thinking about it, and I was rewatching some of Serati's videos, and I'm like, man, I just hate Serati. Like, I'm kidding. No, when I was watching
Wow.
Serati's videos, something really sad came really upon me. When he was talking about in his newest video, and how he was competing with other content creators at the time, and we're talking about like Hayden Union. We're talking about like Phantom Miner, like people like that, and how like Hayden has completely like disappeared. Right, he changed his entire channel to be like cars now, and how Union has switched off to like just doing his own thing. And Phantom Miner hasn't been anywhere for a very long time. Like I think about that. I think about the generation of Unturned and how I guess content creation during that time was completely different. And, I mean, like, yeah, I think Serati, even during that time, was a better content creator than all of them. And I find that kind of funny to think about. That he was still, probably the best content creator for the longevity of Unturned. It's really interesting. And it's quite sad that he believed two things. That, one, that Unturned doesn't really have much to give anymore. And two, he's just busy with life, I think, right now. Which is kind of interesting to think about, and I don't know. I was thinking about that and relating, like, man, thinking about like all the stuff that we were doing on our podcast and talking about content creation as a whole. Like, let's get real. Like, we just there isn't really much anymore. Which leads into like this point that like Knight Rider is just among us, bro. He's like just imposter.
I am among all of you.
Well, that's something that Knight did.
Do
right?
not worry.
It was like before we started the show. It was like Knight is doing something completely like hasn't been touched in like eons. It's pretty good. I mean, like you have the one like most successful videos during your peak for Unturned. I think that video was pretty good. The complete story.
Oh yeah, and that's still like steadily getting views. It's had 175k now. I'm pretty sure.
And something interesting I was thinking about. I was also looking at the analytics for Unturned searches, and I was looking at it, and I posted about it like earlier this week, and it was 687,000 people have searched up for Unturned, and I find that really interesting. When I was looking at the videos and who was the top people, and they were all the people that we know, except for this one Russian YouTuber. And I was like, what the hell? Like, it's so weird. And I cross-referenced it with another game that's pretty popular that I also enjoy, which was Super Smash Bros. Melee. Guess how many people search up for Super Smash Bros. Melee?
Like 50,000.
You're close, Knight. It's 63,000. A 10 times
okay.
less number than Unturned. Think about that.
Wow.
And I was thinking about one of my the comic creators I really like about Melee, which is Awesome Sauce. He makes really good documentaries on like cool shit that's happened in Melee and like tech and like things you can do in Melee still. And those videos get 200k. His videos get like 200k. Some of his videos have 1 million views on his channel. And I was thinking that if this guy is in a category in which like doesn't have any people searching for it to begin with, and is able to still pull out 1 million views, and still able to pull out like 3 times the like amount of people that are searching for this content, then what the fuck are we doing? Like, it's making me more motivated as time has gone on, and nevertheless, which also kind of like not contributed to it, but I wanted to make a video before I started school, which is a video I posted recently, and that video was doing like pretty well compared to a lot of my other videos, and I think it's I think there will be a shift. I think people just need to realize stuff. I don't know. It's very weird to describe. I don't know if you guys know what I'm saying. No one's just here, bro. Y'all are just
No
dead.
one. This is the time where we have like a few seconds of silence for the audience.
Bruh.
Yeah, this is where the laugh track plays.
No, but I was like thinking about it. I'm like, there's probably like you could probably get really big. I think Sir Eddie was on the cusp of getting big, but then again, he just is Sir Eddie, and we all know what Sir Eddie has done. He's just been like himself, basically. Yeah, but like what Trident said, he probably would have been probably bigger than the YouTubers that are right now, the biggest on Unturned. Honestly, I think he could have outdone them. Hella good if he just continued.
Oh yeah, for sure. You just gotta quit uploading memes.
I mean, if you have, he just probably has other priorities in life.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm just saying, like, I think
because I think Unturned YouTube is a low point.
I don't understand how anything could be more important than Grease lore. Personally.
There are so many videos that Sir Eddie wanted to do, but never did them.
True.
And so many times, I remember I was looking back a long time ago at like Twitter messages to get like information on something, and I just remember like seeing all the Sir Eddie tweets and thinking like seeing how interactive he was back in the day, and seeing all the shit he would say about like his own content, and I'm like, man, it's very telling. It's very interesting to look back at stuff like that. But it's also interesting because in my recent video, which by the way, what do you guys think about my recent video?
Oh, I really liked it.
For sure.
I liked it.
It's one of the videos ever.
No, because okay, you see, it is one of the things that Unturned is kind of missing, which is like I guess it's like video essays, because this game has a lot of history. From what I've heard, because I joined the community around when Elder dropped. But supposedly, allegedly, I've been told that this game has a lot of history. So, not even like the lore, which is like the in-game history, which is really what Knight did, but also the community history, because this game's community is an interesting topic, to say the least. At least for me.
Got that right.
A bad road.
I was asking a lot of people like what they think about the video, and the majority of them said it was good. I think here's something funny I'll tell you about that video. I didn't have a script for that video. That video had no script. That video didn't have any script.
I don't understand. How do people do that? Z-Man doesn't do scripts. You don't do scripts. Trident doesn't do scripts.
Here's the thing, Knight.
Right.
It took me an hour to like 2 hours to record 1 minute of audio for that video.
What?
So, and I think it was like 4 minutes of, maybe it was like 6 minutes of me talking, or like 7 maybe. And that's like, it took a fucking long time to get that right. And even when I did like think that's passable, it was like still kind of bad. Because I think the problem is that I didn't have a script for it, and literally what I was doing was I was recording like pieces of my I was recording pieces of the story, then editing it, and then being like, what do I want to continue off with the story? Because the story is a way, but like I was like, how do I want to piece this all together, but continuing as I went on? So I would record audio, edit it, and then what's the next thing I should continue off of, and then keep building like that, and that's how that video was made. There was no script. I didn't edit in one take. I edited incrementally along with my audio. It was probably one of the worst ways you probably could make a video is the way that I made my video.
I mean, it took you long enough.
Why'd
It
you
took me
make
like
it
a
that
week.
way?
Yeah, it took me like a week. I think
Mhm.
I don't even know. 2 weeks maybe to make that video. But I did get it on the deadline I had set for myself. So I'm not really.
I mean, I guess if you know the story, because you knew it like from your like first person perspective, really. So if you know a story really well, you kind of don't need a script
Yeah,
to describe it.
Yeah.
you don't.
Mhm.
That's the thing about that. And I was like, I don't really need it. Also, shout out to Trident. He literally made like my favorite thumbnail.
Dang.
I mean, there was another version of the thumbnail that I was looking at between them. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna get rid of that one. I just choose the one that was cooler. Which I think I like that thumbnail more because I think it's really good. What do you guys think about the thumbnail?
I wonder when Trident Games will upload again.
I don't know. School's starting, so there's gonna be even less uploads.
Gotta.
Yeah.
What do you mean
School's
even
starting
less
for
of?
me.
There are none.
There were none. Well,
Trident,
ever since this like
explain
video
yourself.
dropped, where I like did the talk about jurors, I think I like immediately came up with more ideas I could do for videos, and I just need to get better. Honestly, the only thing that's limiting me from becoming like more bigger is just my ability to make better videos. So
Gooder.
Gooder.
So I think I don't know. I really like the style that I don't know. You guys don't know him, but probably the audience maybe know that Awesome Sauce does for melee content, and I think that's something I want to do. It's kind of like it's kind of like Serati, but like not really. I think I want to go with the direction of like my content towards that because I think again, I'm people tell me all this all the time. I'm a fucking old man when it comes to the community, right? I'm like barely 18. And people are like, yeah, you're an old man. I've been in this game since I was like 12. So I've seen a lot of shit. And I was like, just like after that video and people were saying it was good, I was thinking about just more video ideas. And I was like, shit, this is actually really good. And I was kind of excited because I'm like, I kind of want to work on this right now, but I got like other things to do. So maybe a different time. But I literally, I guess I could just start writing scripts for the videos and then get like a general idea of what I want to talk about when it comes to videos, and then probably just learn how to do more shit. So like learn probably Blender, probably learn more about my editing software, or maybe even another editing software. I know like
HitFilm.
I know HitFilm
HitFilm.
is probably better, but the problem is right now with HitFilm, I would want to get like the older versions of HitFilm that have like dark mode because I'm not paying for HitFilm like to get dark mode. That's just stupid. I don't want my eyes bleeding. Okay. So, yeah, I'm not downloading HitFilm for that.
What you do instead is you get a software that just inverts your screen colors.
No, I'm not. Again, it's too much. But like, the thing is, as well is again, nobody really. It's funny because nobody can really talk about it. Like, nobody can really talk about the history because I don't think majority of people didn't really pay attention or cared to like remember most of this shit, and the majority of people are too new to even search for the information because that was a problem with my newest video too. The big problem when it comes to Unturned is that the majority of people don't record stuff. Don't take screenshots. Don't do that. And I'm guilty of this too because there were so many things I could probably show people right now that were possible in this game that I didn't screenshot or record because I just didn't. It just didn't cross my mind as something to do. And that's another problem is that the records and the history when it comes to Unturned is kind of like it's not recorded. Most of it's just like things you probably had to live through or things that you told, like somebody told you something, or like a really old video that's like made by one person, which I wanted to do differently for my video, which was to show people actually using this, performing the glitch. But the problem is that the people that had access, which was one day, by the way, only one day, nobody recorded besides Jers and Man. That was literally it. Everyone else didn't really exist, and I had to just use the comments section to get a general list of how many people were actually shown, along with the view count of Man's video in the actual shot. So, yeah, that was also a problem. That's a problem with comes to Unturned, which I think can be remedied, but it's very difficult to get around, if that makes any sense.
I feel like just specific people need to really commit to some stuff in order for like a renaissance to happen.
Oh yeah, I mean,
but at the same time, there's not much incentive to do it, really.
Oh yeah, there isn't really much incentive besides maybe just enjoying the game. But like, it's very weird. Like I think about what was the incentive in the past for content creators to make shit. I don't really remember. I don't really think there was an incentive. Like
then, it was just about putting your stuff out there. You know.
I guess
it was just that. People didn't really care about how well it did, because back then, like, how far back then are we talking about?
I'm talking about like Gang Z. Like, what was the incentive there? Like, just to like chill.
That was because that was like it was just fun. It was
exactly.
like imagine a whole bunch of content creators that you love getting together on a new curated map. Play.
I don't love any content creators.
I like how Gang Z is probably like the biggest and most successful actual Unturned event that's happened that didn't have any drama. Like there's no actual drama when it came to Gang Z. Everyone involved were just liked each other and were chill. Like every other event has like had that problem where like everyone probably like something stupid happens or something like that. The only event that didn't happen was my event, and I will say that forever. My time is that my event was the best event because it was. But yeah, I mean, like, I think about like incentives when you bring it up. Is like there really wasn't any incentives back then. So what should be the difference now? I think maybe the difference now is that more people are coming in. Like Knight came in out of nowhere. Like I didn't expect Knight to show up out of nowhere. I didn't expect you to show up out of nowhere, Stas. Like did Leona? I didn't expect him to show up out of nowhere. Same with Trident.
A lot of people just kind of popped up at this period of time.
Yeah, so I'm
and here we are now again.
And so I'm like, yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. I mean, there's not many people that are like even Entei. Like I think that's another good specimen to name.
I mean, he's working on a project.
Well, yeah,
right now.
But like, there's so many new people that have come in to make newer stuff. Meanwhile, a lot of the older generation is kind of gone. The people that I kind of like started with obviously are gone. Like, there's not really much anymore. I guess I could say that. But that could be a whole story. I think some of the stuff that I said in this podcast, if you go listen back, are going to be ideas I've had, and will be way better than probably any other videos that were made around the similar topic. One of them was I was rewatching Serati's map video, and I think that's really horrible. I think the map tier list videos anybody that's ever made are really bad in general because I don't think people understand how the maps really work. And they like literally, I can make probably a 20-minute video discussing the map triangle that I've made.
The Washington,
PEI,
Yukon,
Russia.
And PEI Russia. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, not Yukon. Yukon's out of it. Same with Germany. They just don't. They don't fit that. There's a reason. There's a reason why Nelson didn't ask you to write a Germany music.
Nobody knows about that.
Nobody knows about that. Yeah, but like, there's just like so many video ideas. I think the problem was, I think I've said this multiple times in this podcast for all the years, throughout the years, the months. I meant, is literally like, you gotta just make something. There's so much shit. You gotta just do something. And if you don't have any ideas and you just new to the scene, literally go look at Minecraft like videos.
Copy that and
just copy that into Unturned and then just make it into Unturned. Literally, you could do the I Am Stone challenge that happened back in like 2018, and then copy that into Unturned. It's not that difficult. That video idea is still not stolen. I'm surprised no one has taken that video idea. But like,
then me and Charlie were working on it, but I'm not gonna say. But you know what I mean, right?
Sure. But like, still, like, there's still a bunch of ideas that you can do in Unturned. It kind of makes me more upset now reading back a lot of when Unturned 4 was being released, how many people were like just giving up completely on Unturned 3. Literally, I understand what Nelson was going for with Unturned 4, right? He was basically saying, "Hey guys, I'm working on this game. I just want to move on, because I think the limitations of Unturned 3 are really holding back the game," which immediately killed off a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, okay, you gotta wait. And I think here's the problem, and this could be like a whole video idea too. The failure of 4, is literally like Nelson caved too heavily to the community to make a vehicle demo or like something. He should have never done that. I understand why Nelson did it, but like I think in hindsight now, I don't think it should have ever happened. Like, I don't even think we should be able to play the game right now, but I understand why Nelson did it. But yeah, even shit like that is kind of interesting.
Yeah. And then people, with that release, also people thought it was a lot closer than the actual release of 4 when it was closer. Everyone thought we'd get an actual Pine Ridge survival map, pretty much a new Unturned experience, but that wasn't the case.
Yeah, it's like
a lot of people left.
It was false hope for a game that could possibly be made really fast, and that's not what happened. So it's kind of interesting, but I get it. Yeah. It's understandable why he released it, to calm the audiences down. But in hindsight, I don't think he should have, because I think it just gave too many people false hope for the game. And yeah, it did really kill off a lot of people that are like, all right, I'll just wait for 4. I mean, even technically, even MLBB kind of cut off after the talks about 4 were being talked about. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe 4 was the death, but I'm not too sure. That could be a whole discussion itself.
I guess we'll have to wait, to be honest. But how long can we just wait,
Never.
I don't know. I mean, 3.0 is still fun. I'm waiting for Boo Walk. Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for.
The game is still fun. That is true.
The game is.
It's slow. I think after Elver released, which was 2 years ago, to think about that now. We are old. Anyways, after Elver released, it kind of woke people up. I have.
Unturned community, wake up.
Wake up.
Elver is coming. Wake up. Can be too. Wake up. No, here's the thing. I agree with you, Stas. Literally, I think the problem is that nobody was, I guess, inspired.
Everyone's just scared. Everyone's just scared of innovating and stuff.
Yeah, I think
people always say, "Oh, this is too different. This is not Unturned,"
Yeah,
which is also back to your point from I think a few episodes prior, that people are trying to make Unturned or just think that Unturned should be like Rust. Why?
Yeah.
Why? Just no.
Because Rust is fun. Rust is, people don't want to pay for Rust. You can play Rust Turn on there, and people seem to have a lot of fun on there, so that's what I suggest.
If Unturned is like Rust, then what is the point of Unturned?
Yeah, agreed.
That is true.
Then it would just be considered a game that you would download temporarily, and you can buy Rust.
If Unturned would become like Rust, it would just be considered Rust with shitty graphics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which people already have that conception now, but it's more so people that don't even play the game or haven't even touched the game, which is kind of
because the concept and if someone describes Unturned to you, you kind of get that idea that it's kind of like Rust. But I feel like lately, if you actually play the game, it's definitely not that.
No, and I feel like Unturned should definitely be more popular.
Yeah, I feel like Unturned has the potential to be kind of not really, but if it was less hard-coded, if it had less limitations, it could be a platform for other stuff, kind of like Minecraft or Roblox.
Yeah.
I still think there's a lot of.
Well, it's like.
What are you saying, Trent? Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say it's that for Unturned, it's just it's like a whole nother thing. Like, for example, any other scheme that you associate with, I'll pick DayZ for an example. I've watched plenty of videos playing DayZ. I never played the actual game. But from what I understood, it just seems it's kind of like Tarkov, where you need to know. You have to know a lot. It seems very long, like slow, like sort of slow process to actually like get to a point where you can like have fun.
Unturned is a
And-
very fast-paced.
Yeah. Well, it can be however you want it.
Yeah, it can be however you want, but considering like all survival shooters, kinda, I hate that like genre because. Okay, never mind. Just considering all like survival FPS games, Unturned is a very fast-paced one.
Yeah, and it's huge workshop like selection.
The
of new
workshop
maps that you
is
can-
gigantic.
I can't think. Can you guys think of any other like zombie games that have like as big of a dynamic workshop as Unturned?
Dead
None.
Zone.
None. There's really none. It's kind of funny too
Yeah.
because people when people talk to me about Rust and people say that Rust is objectively better than Unturned, I immediately hit them back with the workshop. Like literally, you can't even play that game with workshop like shit on it without having years of just downloading shit. Unless you have like a really good PC, which is also another problem with Rust, right? Is that literally the workshop kind of sucks on there. Like I'm barely seeing anything like kind of cool like from like certain stuff, but like most of it sucks. As opposed to Unturned, literally you have some of the best content creation shit on there. And, like,
I think that. Okay, you finish your point.
it's just like when it comes to people saying that other games are superior to Unturned, I immediately hit them back with Workshop because I think it is literally I don't think the only other game that was heavily like influenced by its workshop was Minecraft. I don't really think any other survival game currently was heavily influenced by their workshop as heavily as Unturned was, besides Minecraft. What other survival game has a massive modding community that literally exists in every other survival game? I can't think of any. I really can't besides Minecraft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think if now I'm just saying now I think obviously I'm pretty sure the graphics discourage a lot of people from playing
Yes,
the game.
but also I think that the graphics are also why the workshop is so successful because you have a very low entry level.
Yeah,
for
you
Unturned
can
modding.
play on a shitty computer. You can use shitty computers still.
Like Knight can
That's
do
what it
animations for this game. Holy shit!
Yeah.
Why would you?
Yeah.
Why would you say something like that?
Well,
No,
you can,
because you
right?
have you learned that in like a day or something.
yeah.
right?
Oh yeah. Oh, I thought you were. I thought you were making fun of
But
me.
just thinking if you want to do like an animation about Tarkov or
Mhm.
Daisy, you got to get a full rig, with fingers and everything. A lot
Yeah.
more, processing power is required to at least do something with that.
And
Mhm.
Unturned, you
Both-
just kind of like smash cubes together and it works.
Yeah, cubes and whatnot. Even the weapons are just very low poly. Everything's low poly. That's
Yeah,
Yeah,
everything's low poly, but if you want to give it more effort, it like looks so good. Like it. People need to stop thinking that Unturned has shitty graphics and realize that it has
just
its
a
own like
style.
it's a style
Yeah.
exactly. Like look at fucking Renaxen models, okay?
Yeah, no,
Like
those are
bruh.
those models are honestly they're really
Yeah.
It's kind of
Even-
funny you guys bring up like graphics. I think it's also a point. I think Nelson's even said this back in the day when he was talking to like this Shotgun Paper Scissors company in an interview. He told they asked about like the game graphics and he was like, well, I think a lot of people come into Unturned and see the silly graphics and like, what is this game? I think to add on to that because I think he edited it like that, but.
Yeah.
A lot of people are given the wrong conception. Like it's like a bait and switch, right? You come into this game and you go look at the graphics in this game, you probably think it's like really horrible. It's like, oh, this is probably like a shit game. And when you actually start playing it, you're like, man, this is actually kind of fun. And like you're like questioning yourself, why are you even enjoying this game that you thought was bad, that you thought was not good enough or not good to your standards, when they're starting to enjoy it. And that's how I think a majority of people that are playing Unturned right now went into the game that just found it on their own. They immediately thought it was like, well, what the fuck is this game? It looks horrible. Played the game and then actually enjoyed it and then continuously played because it was fun.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think literally it's a saving grace of Unturned. I think that's what Unturned has above a lot of other survival games in its field, is that it's a bait and switch. You think it's horrible, you think it's really bad, but when you actually play it, it's pretty fun. And
It's like
yeah.
reverse is a reverse clickbait.
Yeah, I think it's reverse clickbait. You think with a couple like of your friends, haha, this thing looks so horrible. Let's go play it, and then you play it, and you actually have like some decent fun with it, and you enjoy it. I think that's something that other games don't really have.
If
Yeah,
you think that
and,
graphics define a game, then you're just wrong. I think it define a good game because there are games that are good because of its graphics, but Like there are games that purposely have bad graphics, and it just makes for this cool style, you know. I mean, do you know Ultra Kill? I'm sorry, I have to bring up that game, but I think it's legit the single best FPS single player FPS shooter out there right now. And the graphics are literally like 21st. We have the 21st century now, but the graphics look at like it was made in 2000s.
And there's like
in
those
the 2000s.
arcade machine type of stuff.
Yeah,
But I imagine that's a style, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very stylized. It's
It doesn't look like any other game, which is also something that's really good about Ultra Kill that I really like, is that it doesn't really stay on the path the majority of companies have really gone onto, which is more realistic, and just went back to the past, which I think is really good. I like it a lot.
Unturned had ray tracing.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's just the extreme end of it. I mean, yeah, it looks good, but like, yeah, you just like you care to just make your room an oven at that point.
Like, for example, the new Modern Warfare. I've seen like footage. It looks amazing. The models, the animations, like the lighting, it just looks amazing.
Yeah.
But I think at the core of the game, there's still barely any gameplay.
Well, yeah.
I've been playing that like nonstop. I love it.
It's-
It is so
well,
fun.
Well, no, but I feel like it's just running. It's a run and shooter. It's not fair.
Yeah, run and shoot. That's what you've been doing for the past
and then
7,000 fucking games.
You know, it's
Yeah.
not. It's just a small little like I guess, like a sort of. It's just a small little like game or goal sort of. Get more kills, upgrade your
man,
weapons.
if it ain't broke, don't
I mean,
fix
yeah,
it.
it makes the money.
And plus,
Yeah,
it's a good game. It's fun. Like
I'm not saying
sometimes
it's
you just
good. It's
wanna
bad.
I mean,
just saying that
you want to hop on.
He's just
You
saying
shoot-
at its core, it's still the same as it was.
Yeah,
like, years
at
ago.
its core, it was
Yeah.
still what it was back, way back.
Yeah.
That's I think what's also with Halo. Like, I think all Halos are kind of like the main differences in Halos are just the graphics alone, and they kind of also got progressively worse with Infinite. But
I mean, yeah, but I blame 343. I think something about
Yeah.
Halo as opposed to a lot of the other genres is that it had a story. It was a pretty good story, and they fucked it up.
yeah, the story of Halo is so good that it actually has a lot of books.
The story
Mhm.
of Halo, the music for like, if you ever heard the Halo 2 fucking startup menu, like that shit's like goes hard with the electric guitar and everything. Like that's
And
one of the best
then-
music tracks for a game, in my opinion.
And then we have Halo Wars, but we will not talk about that.
Supply
We will
pack
not.
upgraded.
Supply pack complete.
That's funny as hell.
The only Halo I've ever played is Halo 5 and Halo Infinite.
Yeah, you didn't. No.
Yeah.
That ain't
But
right.
at its core, it's also just like run and shoot,
Yeah.
really. But
Yeah.
it has more mechanics because you have like the weapons feel more different than just like different automatic guns you have in Call of Duty, I guess.
Yeah.
Also you have vehicles and stuff, but at its core, it's still the same game. But I don't know
Yeah.
if you tried Splitgate,
No.
which was
I know. I've tried.
Yeah, it was
Halo.
fun.
Halo.
My
It kind of
experience
died.
with- yeah, it kind of died because they dropped support for it. But when my first experience with Splitgate was that it's like Halo, but it's just kind of better because they introduced a whole new mechanic with the portals and stuff.
It's better
It just-
because I can actually play it. I remember trying to play Halo and it wouldn't. They couldn't fix their shitty game. I couldn't even enter for like 5 minutes, and then Charlie's like, "Oh, I'm gone. I'm not playing Halo."
No, the gameplay of Splitgate was really cool, but I didn't like everything else about the game, which is like the way they handle their transactions and stuff. Kind of fell off. Not gonna lie, cool idea, but it fell off.
Fella.
I mean,
There is definitely a lot more room to innovate gameplay in Unturned, in my opinion. There's still a lot
True.
of room. Like,
Because-
have you seen what Durenta did with the incendiary grenades? I'm sure that's been done before, but
it's.
it hasn't looked
I
that
think
good.
it's been done. I think it's also possible to like make grenades that would create little dead
Mhm.
zones, but it would be kind of
Yeah, it
hard
is.
to make them work in multiplayer. I think something like that. I don't remember.
Yeah, but like I mean, with every new map, there's always new additions.
Yeah,
Just
there's
Janabi and
completely new
Renekton,
mechanics.
or whoever's making a map, they ask like, "Hey, can you add this?"
Yeah,
possible.
like
Nelson checks, like,
Toothy
oh, yeah.
and Buwak
Buwak.
is adding a whole research system,
Oh, yeah, I
like to
remember that.
research blueprints.
Well, I think that was in before, but I feel like
It wasn't really that like
it was
touched
not,
upon.
even
wasn't really-
even Rust Turn didn't have that crazy. The whole game
Yeah.
has blueprints doing that.
Yeah, it's
Honestly, I think if Unturned wants longevity,
It
they
has
would need to focus a lot on, or more longevity. Like, I don't know if that's the right word. I think we need to focus a lot more on PvE. Make it more like a looter,
This is where I
shooter,
disagree
like
with you.
Destiny.
No,
like
don't
Destiny.
make it Tarkov, please, for the love of God.
No, like
please.
Destiny, not Tarkov. Destiny,
think
chill. Destiny
The
2.
problem
I
with
feel like-
that night is literally like there's like a skill cap. There's a reason that people play PvP more than PvE, and it's literally because there's a skill cap on PvE.
It's because the PvE isn't good.
Exactly, and there isn't. It's not that in depth, right? But once you get to the end of it, you're kind of done. But the problem with that is that it's not ever gonna be superior to PvP because there's always a person that's better than you. Like there's always gonna be.
I take this as a challenge.
Okay,
I think this as a challenge.
I think I kind of agree with Charles here, but you can make PvE extremely intricate, and I'm gonna bring Ultra Kill again. I'm sorry, but I have to. That game is a single player game solely, but the sheer amount of mechanics, the sheer amount of stuff you can just do in this game is amazing. You can kill a single enemy in so many different ways. It's so. I think if we really wanna like do PvE right, just don't make a zombie with just more health, or don't make a zombie that just one shots you. We need to introduce I'm saying we, but I have no experience with modding. So what Unturned like I think needs is like completely new mechanics when it comes to PvE, which I think which is exactly why I'm a little bit hyped up for Buak, because Tufi kind of in the teaser he kind of like teases the like WMDs and stuff, and there's like a monster with tentacles, and I'm like, bro, this looks cool. This might be the PvE revamp, or maybe not a revamp, but this like this whole new thing in PvE that this game needs. Okay, you guys continue. I'm gonna make myself one more cup of tea. Okay, be right back.
Oh my god!
Also,
Someone needs to make this. Someone needs to make an animal that flies. And that when it flies, it's like the model is a UFO, and it just lasers at you when it sees you, and you like immediately die. I think that'd be pretty cool. Honestly,
like
just make that. You can make that in Unturned. That'd be pretty cool.
That'd bring up like a cool little thing, like I mean, like in Rust, like the helicopter. You know, like the attack
like other bosses. I think that's also something that could be cool. I mean,
I feel like more because all we have is the mega zombie. Which requires a lot of bullets or a lot of stabs or.
But then best I can do is a mega zombie with all the powers.
I still think there should be super events that are like concurrent for the entire server that you're on. So imagine like this. Imagine like you're on a server, right? And like someone just like completed a quest that alerts a certain group from outside the map to come in, and you have a whole horde like Terraria has, like a whole horde of like specifically that one group coming into the main like area, and you have to deal with the waves and the amount of people that are there.
I thought this is one thing I thought of like a while ago, and it might work in only certain situations, but it's where it's kind of like a PvE sort of mechanic where if you build a base with with enough building health, it has a chance to spawn quote unquote raiders with like certain tiers. Like let's just say you put down like maybe like a 2x2 base that maybe has like metal on the bottom, some wood on it, some brick. I don't know. They would show up with shit, maybe try to break open, take your shit.
What if Unturned just adds defending your base from zombies?
Or just like other things.
When you think about it, it's a zombie apocalypse, right? But you only see zombies in like looting locations. They're not a danger if you're not like the zombies in this game. They're an optional danger that you don't have to put through yourself.
Yeah,
But
because you
if
can just
Basically, yeah.
imagine though, if you had a base, and like a Trident said, if you had enough like base health on it, maybe, uh, or like it could be based off something else, maybe like amount of storage or
I
something
don't
like
know.
that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know. But if your base is complex enough,
Then you
maybe
would get attacked.
during like full moons or something, maybe just like the zombies would aggro on your base and try to destroy it,
Mhm.
which
Huh.
brings a whole set of new problems because now you need nav meshes for different for like
I feel like
the
that
whole map and stuff. But that'd be interesting.
that whole thing would
And
probably have to be redone.
Also,
because
speaking to what Charles said, I have to say this before the topic goes away. But like of a one player doing something that would affect the whole server in World of Warcraft way back in the day. I'm talking like classic World of Warcraft. There were the raids that you can do. First of all, you have to attune yourself to the raid, and that requires a really long quest chain, sometimes going into like other raids to complete it. But then you'll attune yourself to that raid, and this one boss was like a dragon called Onyxia, and once the first ever group on the server to defeat Onyxia, then Onyxia's head would be placed in the main city, and everybody would know that holy shit, somebody finally just killed Onyxia, and then they can see like what group it was, and that group had bragging rights. So maybe something like
feel
that.
like
That's more like a milestone kind of
that's
thing.
already. I think that could be already possible in this game. Just no one has really tried something like that.
Yeah,
But-
exactly. That's the thing, is like nobody
but, like-
tries. That's
yeah,
what kind of pisses me off about it. Like
You
they
know what
don't
could
even
be
try.
cool? You know what could be cool? Like, what if there's like a safe zone on a map, right?
Uh-huh.
And to enable a feature, kind of like maybe the banking
Genius,
system,
absolutely genius. I love it, Staswalle.
like on Q8, you have to like plug in the ATM, right?
Yeah.
It's a really minor thing. You just have to do it. Most people did not notice the cable and thought the ATM was broken. So what if instead of doing just that, you had like, holy shit, there are sirens outside. Anyways, what if
They found him.
there was like it required enough people to do something, right, at specific locations, maybe even at the same time. So like, person A has to go to here, person B here, and they have to like all pull the lever at the same time just to like do something, right?
Yeah.
Maybe something like that. I mean, it kind of does. It doesn't. How would you? It doesn't work in single player. And apparently, a lot of people play this game in single player, which
Yeah,
is
screw those people. I don't care. I don't care. Maybe
Which is-
only focus on
is-
multiplayer.
no. Which is all I think more important to make the PVE of this game more interesting. Because if
True,
apparently a lot of people play this game on single player, what are you doing? What are you doing there in single player? Huh?
I mean, you're probably just like going to
Mhm.
like dead zones, looting at military bases,
Yeah.
building your own base.
I mean, if just collecting
True.
stuff, pressing F on items that lie on the ground is your thing, then go ahead. But my personal best experiences with PvE in this game and like single player, where the bosses that like Elver had and Q8 had, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, if we have good PvE, I think this game could
benefit.
maybe not good PvE, more interesting PvE. I don't know.
True and real. True and real.
I want to get back to the Nav mesh discussion.
Yeah.
The Nav.
So I feel like wouldn't Nelson have to completely redo the entire thing to make it, I guess,
Maybe
more
I
decent?
mean-
Because the way, like, have you guys, any of you played 7 Days to Die?
no.
So the way the zombies work, well, it's like a pretty simple thing, but yet complex. When a zombie sees you, it heads towards you. If you run away from it, or if you hide behind some cover and crouch and make no noise, it will like forget about you. The thing with current Unturned is you made like a whole like map-sized nav mesh, the zombies will just follow you nonstop no matter how far you are.
Yeah, I'm getting
And
Elder flashbacks right now.
Yeah, and I feel
Maybe
like
there
that's
should
like
be like local nav mash and then global nav mash or
no.
something.
I feel like the nav. No, I feel like it'd have to all be based. There should be no nav mesh at all, but it should just be based purely on, like, I guess, either
mean-
sound or how the enemy sees you. Like, let's just say if it sees you, like, roughly, it may maybe have either a 50% chance to head or not head to you.
I
if
think
you're,
that would
like-
also make skills like sneaky peeky more
Yes,
important.
True.
then there's like a combination. Like, if, like, let's just say you hide behind cover like really quick and like sneaking around and making zero noise, it will just go back to where it was because it.
But maybe
Find
if
you.
the zombie saw you getting in that cover, it will try to destroy
Yeah.
it.
Like, maybe it's like a timer, like where it's like
Yeah.
assume that like the last seen position will be the last place the zombie will check, and if they're not anywhere in sight or sound, then it will just go back, and that can be useful because then things
I
like
th-
snowballs and flares and whatnot could make.
Oh yeah, flares, right?
I mean, that's all. I mean,
They exist.
if you can utilize that, especially in like hard mode, when you want to avoid zombies, like in early game, they can be pretty usable. I feel like in these types of
Sometimes,
situations,
yeah, but they're not like necessary. I see.
they're
I
not
guess.
necessary, but yeah.
And I don't think they should be necessary, but they should be a whole lot more useful, maybe.
Yeah. What about bandits? I feel like we've been.
It just sounds like a very good idea, but for 4.0, because
no,
No,
I
it
don't
should
know
be
if
for
it's-
3.0. It should be
no,
for
no, no.
3.0.
Thing
Make it
is,
from the ground
I
up.
just don't know if it's possible. Like,
I feel like it could be.
he would have to rework a lot of stuff, and I feel like maps like PI in Washington and just all the older maps would just be broken if Nelson
he
wouldn't
redid-
make it. Yeah, if Nelson wouldn't make like a universal system to like translate the old system into the new one. Like, imagine how much content would be broken. Just think of all the curated maps
all the
that
nav
got.
mesh. Yeah, because there's like
Just think of all the curated maps that got broken after the DevKit update. Carpet, my beloved, for example.
my below. Oh yeah, I mean isn't that like the price? I mean, there could be a smoother way, but I guess it's the price for innovation. Plus, isn't Nelson like
Yeah.
when every curated map comes out, he's like slowly begin to untangle the game bit by bit.
Yeah, the code.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
If Nelson was 16 years old, would he make his game more open?
What?
If only.
The
no,
netcode
you see,
fix the netcode.
but we've got the movement system, right? And there is an option to go back to the old one, so maybe that could be a thing. Where you could just switch
true.
between those two. Although I kind of don't like the fact that this game is becoming so non-universal. I think that's the word I'm looking for. But at the same time, when you think about it, it just opens. It gives more tools for people who want to innovate. Like, you want ballistics, you don't want ballistics. Do you want the new movement system? So I kind of guess that this is it's making Unturned a less uniformal, like less. It makes Unturned feel more different for different people, but at the same time, it makes Unturned a much better platform for other stuff.
I literally made a whole video
So,
on
yeah.
that, bro. I literally said like the future of Unturned is gonna be so divided between communities because they want to play a certain way of the game that it's gonna be so difficult for new people to come in and want to play a certain type of game. You're gonna have to learn
which is
so
why-
much shit.
Exactly. This is why
Which is
This
why
is why
it
it's
makes-
I think
make-
there needs to be a lot more gatekeeping in Unturned. Honestly.
No, I just think
we have
like,
we have enough.
I
We
think
have
there's
enough.
No,
Maybe
there needs to be
once, I
more.
think-
No, there needs to be more. Like in the
I-
actual, we need to just get rid of TPA and home altogether. We need to
You're
just
done.
get rid of that.
you're
I'm
stupid.
done.
You're
we need-
stupid.
no, we
Done.
need it.
Gone.
Why?
I feel
Kits,
like
shop, TPA, all
You're stupid.
gone. First of
That's-
all.
Why?
Second,
Why do
some
you want to
things
remove
need
tools?
some things
hates TP. He
need
hates
to
convenient
just
things.
be features, not options. Like the movement system. This way, yeah, sure, it's a bit restrictive for people who don't like it, but it won't create this divided community. Like Charles said, I think
No. But you see, it does
Unturned
create
needs to decide what
does-
it wants to be.
No,
it
that's not
does
what I
create
said.
a divide in it does create a divide in the community, but at the same time, it just opens more possibilities if you think about it. Because what if someone
Not
has a
really.
great
There are so many other
Why?
ways to open those same
no,
possibilities that are
listen.
better.
Listen,
No,
I-
but listen. What if someone has an idea, but just happens that that specific idea only works in the old movement system? What if?
Fucking-
Okay, this
I'm
this guy is leaving the podcast. Okay,
No,
don't worry.
Yeah, this guy's getting out. No, here's the thing.
Oh,
Here-
I'm just saying. Sometimes you just got to put your foot down.
No, but
that's all.
here's the thing. That's not what I was saying in my video. My video was saying that I think it's ridiculous that Nelson was adding a specific own thing that just said, "Do you want old movement on or off?" I think that's stupid. I don't think that there should be. I like the way that he changed it, which was, oh, there's a variable which you can change for the movement. That's way better than an on and off switch, because you're basically giving the people that wanted movement, oh, this is here, yes, instead of giving that extra time of what's a good movement or whatnot. And I think that's really stupid. That's what I really hated about that update that he was going to put out originally for the movement update, which was a lot of people were saying that they want back to the old movement or a way to change back to it. So I'm going to add an on and off switch. And that's when I made my video saying a warning for the future of Unturned and non-existent uniformity, because basically what you're giving is a bunch of options that people either hate or don't hate, and you either have to pick yes or no. And I think that's stupid. If you're going to change something about a server and be able to change something, it should be like a whole range of things, like the variables, like 0.9 or 0.1. It's not an on and off switch. I think that's stupid. That's why I hated a lot about the bullet drop system, where it's you want ballistics on and off. That's stupid too. I hate that as well. It just gives this an extra step of people that either hate this type of thing, that are closed-minded and hate it, and then immediately switch it off and on. I think that's dumb.
I mean, didn't Nelson say at some point that he himself didn't even like TPA home and all that? Didn't he say
I don't
that?
think he
I
ever did.
don't think that. It's not.
I mean, after
He
all,
said
TPA.
something like
Okay,
that.
you can shit on TPA home, but it makes the game fast-paced, and if you don't want to sweat on a survival server and just PvP, it's really fun.
Yeah,
because you can just instantly hop into the action, right? I understand it on survival servers that are mainly focused on survival. I hate when a server advertises itself as vanilla and then I type /get start and oh my god, I get so much
That's not
shit.
gritty.
Mhm.
But
Not gritty.
if you have a PvP server, right, that has no ballistics, old movement, TPA kits in the name or in the description, I think that's perfectly fine, because if there's people who want to play the game like that, why not let them play it like that?
This
Also,
Yeah.
I do just want to say this: if any server makers out there make a server with my future maps and put kit TPA home, I'm DDoSing your server. This is a
Nah,
threat.
he's joking.
This is a
Well, here's the thing.
No, this
I
is-
remember
this
now
is
that
threat.
Nelson, now that Knight said, did Nelson ever make a comment about this? He technically did. He asked, Zoom B asked him in an interview, like back in 2017, would he ever step in for what the player base is doing to their servers? And he said that every time that any big company does that, it just makes the community really angry, and he wouldn't do it. So he's not going to take intervention steps to stop this. Honestly, I think, if anything, this is the dumbest thing that's been removed from Unturned, and no one's really complained about it. And it's specifically the tags for any server. In the past, a lot of you guys may have not known this, but in the past, there were symbols on every server that would show what type of server it was. The P symbol or a bullets flying indicated whether it was PvE or PvP. Vehicles and or a just regular player head indicated whether or not it was first or third person, right? Shit like that. And all of that's gone. Along with the workshop, you could also see the workshop stuff, and it was gone. Nelson just removed it one day. I don't know why. It was a really good indicator of what type of server was a server without having to click on the server. And it really was annoying that he removed it. I don't know why. No one's ever questioned him for it. No one's ever brought it up ever again. And he removed it with really no reason. So
Yeah, that's a great feature. I don't think I have.
I don't
been
even
around
remember
this
that
game.
being in the game.
I think you guys were
honestly.
too. You guys are
But
too new to the game to remember that.
Charles
Okay.
is an old man. Okay.
Oh yeah, Charles.
If
Is
you
an
go
old
back
have
to
head,
established-
bro.
old YouTube videos and Unturned, you can go see in server list. You can see the icons, and those are gone now for whatever reason.
That is
back
so.
to my-
That is weird. Yeah.
Back to my original point. I don't want SDG to become like Nintendo, where Nintendo literally they said that Pokemon Nuzlocke, and if you don't know what a Nuzlocke is, that's a way to play the game. It's like a challenge.
Mhm.
It's like when I think you cannot if your Pokemon dies, it's like dead forever.
Yeah.
And okay, there are some rules, but it's just playing a Pokemon game with a set of rules. Nintendo literally compared Nuzlocke runs to ROM hacks, which is literally just hacking the game. I hate Nintendo because of that. I mean, the way they discourage modding and shit like this, it's just amazing to me how a game company can treat its community like that. And ultimately, if we stop giving people the choice on some things, I feel like it will slowly get to that point, because oh no, you cannot play the game. Like if you were to literally say that you remove TPA and remove home, you're literally doing that.
Mhm.
You're saying, oh, you're playing this
Yeah.
game wrong. This is a wrong way
They
to
are.
play this game.
You're
It is
stupid.
the wrong way to play it.
Knight, you are literally
No,
Nintendo
it's the
right now.
wrong. It is quite literally the wrong way to play a survival game, because you have
It's
to.
not a survival
You have
game.
to work for things.
You
Yes,
can
like,
work for
listen,
things
listen.
in PvP.
These are
You can,
Well,
but
there is
what
like
if
no
I
risk
don't want
reward
to?
when it's like TPA and
There is
kits and
rewards.
home, and no, there
Yeah, there
isn't.
isn't. You're
Because
talking
it's
to a
just
guy that
so
literally
easy.
played like.
It
No,
is
it's
so
not.
easy though.
Okay,
It
this
is
is something stupid
though.
because
And what's your
Robocast.
problem? Okay, it's like wait, Knight. Why is it a problem that it's easy?
Shut up.
Why is it a problem that it's fun? Huh?
Why is it a problem that, bro? You can't have fun the way that I have fun. I mean, the way that I don't have
you're
fun.
so
I mean, wait,
close-minded,
wait,
the Knight Rider.
wait. Hold on a sec. Wait. Let me rephrase my asshole thing. One sec. What was I gonna say?
I know that you're being
Smash,
ironic
yeah,
here,
cool.
but it's been so
listen,
long and you don't want to admit it.
Listen, here's the
This is your
thing.
last episode.
Here's the thing.
now.
Look, I'm just upset that all the vanilla servers are dead, man.
Too bad. So
I
You're
just-
sad.
not gonna.
It
You're
would
not
be
gonna bring
great-
him. You're not gonna bring him back by making TPA illegal. All you're gonna do is just kill the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I can't have fun, no one
Well, here's the
can.
thing. Like,
This is
guy.
how you
this
do
is
be
why I
terrible,
hate
man.
this video. There's a video on YouTube right now called "The Problem with Unturned" made by Robocast, and I hate that video specifically for that reason that Knight just brought up. That literally, all that Robocast does is pin the blame on Unturned being bad on the community of people that started playing PvP servers and calling it easy and not hard at all. Which is stupid because I
Nope,
bet
I
you
agree.
100%.
No, I
I
agree
bet
with
I bet
him.
you 100%. If I were to go play against Robocast in any of those servers, I would kick his ass 100% of the time. Like, Robocast cannot play those servers. There's a difference. There's a difference between.
Robocast, did you hear that? He's calling you out. He
I've
is
called him
calling
out
you out,
several times.
Robocast.
He's actually ignored me every time I've called him out for it.
Come
Bruh.
on the podcast. Come on the podcast or 1v1 cuckoo. You've got.
I asked him to
two choices.
1v1 me.
Whoa.
He didn't respond.
Right, he probably thinks you're a loser.
Well, I mean, yeah, but here's the thing. He basically characterized a whole group of people that like playing Unturned a specific way as the people that caused the problem with Unturned, when it wasn't the case. If anything, literally, Robocast not doing anything about it at all hurt the game more than any of those people that are playing the game in general. Robocast didn't even play the game during that time.
Hack everyone's game and get rid of TPA home and PvP?
No, but that's
what
not-
is he supposed to do?
Play the game. He didn't even play the game for 2 years after that video. He complained that, like, Unturned changed, meanwhile not at all encouraging the way that he wanted to be played, which was vanilla. That's the whole point. Literally, the people that were playing Unturned were still playing Unturned at the end of the day. People were still playing Unturned. And he characterized it as easy. Meanwhile, I've never seen Robocast on like any of those servers to begin with, and I bet you 100% he will not succeed at them. Because, generally, he sucks. I've seen him play. He's not a good player. So I mean, that's why I said that's why I challenged him to a 1v1, because I bet you 100% he was going to take it, and he didn't take it, because it just proves my
See,
point.
this is why I'm leaving the podcast. It's too toxic with Charles here, to be
Well,
honest.
here's the
I'm
thing:
gonna be
like, if you're gonna call
Knight.
out a whole community of people, and it's like saying that the workshop caused the end of Unturned. Like, no, what the fuck are you talking about? People enjoyed
No,
it.
the
like-
workshop's
it's like
great.
saying
I love
making-
the workshop.
It's like saying no. There is. You can't tell someone that they're playing the game wrong, okay?
Sure, I can. I just did.
You
I just
really
told the whole
can't. Like,
community
no,
they're
but, like,
playing the
again,
game wrong.
Hey, you
I just
can,
told-
but you're just objectively wrong. I'm sorry.
Imagine, okay, now imagine this. Imagine a big YouTuber were to come out right now and get like 1 million views on the video and saying that the problem with Unturned, and they specifically point out the workshop as the problem with Unturned, and that Unturned was not supposed to be played as a workshop, and it should be played more like just vanilla completely. Like, they hate workshop completely. They think it's a horrible thing to add to Unturned, and they think, no, we should not be having this. We shouldn't be letting people to do what the game is, because we're Puritans and we want Unturned to be completely vanilla veterans.
Well, the difference is they're wrong and I'm right.
The Unturned community, whenever they see a single woman in the game.
No,
Basically.
but like again, it's the same point.
The workshop was a mistake.
It's the whole point.
Mhm.
Again, like what you're basically saying is you're saying a whole group of people are causing a problem with Unturned when literally when they're doing is just playing the game or adding more to the game. Then anything that you probably can, that the people that are criticizing them could probably can. Again, Robocast is the big example of this, and that's why I hated him. Same with Man O Man. When Man O Man talked about just making Unturned more like Rust, it actually made me really angry, and I was like, why? What's the point of that? Like, you talking about furnaces and stuff like that, I'm like, that's really stupid. It's really stupid.
I am not good at debating. I just end up sounding like an angry piss baby when I'm really not that angry about it. So
The thing is, I know you're
just
being
gonna concede
sarcastic
defeat.
here. I know you're being sarcastic here, but it took you so long to admit it.
Look, I'm not good at being. No. I still believe that if I still think that if we removed commands and stuff like that, like it would be
The
better.
game would
it would
be
be
better.
a better game.
I don't think so.
The game would be better. The game would be better if there were no kits. Dude, fucking
Yeah.
RP servers would die. PvP servers would die. It wouldn't
Bro,
be
you're
a better game.
telling me RP servers dying is a bad thing. You're telling me you're telling me with a straight face that's a bad
a
thing.
general
Staswalle.
audience.
It's a bad thing
You're
because it's a big audience for the game. I have personally never played an RP server, and I like the way you're supposed to. But
Would you rather have a big audience or would you rather have a good audience?
I'd rather have a big audience because a
Bro.
good audience can be just like 2 people, and the game will die and will have no content.
Yeah, there'll be no incentive to even do anything in this game. When's the last time you saw at all a crab game video or a muck video on YouTube? Never, because there's no incentive to make those
Man,
videos.
it's been so long since I've heard that
Exactly.
name.
That's what I'm
happened?
saying. There's
What
no incentive to
happened?
continue with those games because their community is based on one thing. It was just the game itself. There was no way to innovate. There was no way to really do anything else different. It literally, that's the game,
like
and that was
saying.
it. That's what would have
That's
happened with
like
Unturned.
saying because the ultimate goal of Minecraft is to kill the Ender Dragon. Let's say that is the goal, okay? Because Trident's
rip
gone.
Trident gone.
sorry, my statement was too controversial.
Bruh.
Because technically the game Minecraft ends when you beat the Ender Dragon. It doesn't, but let's say it does. Because of that, doing redstone mechanisms is the wrong way to play the game.
Or playing after the fact
that's-
is the wrong way to play.
Or playing after you've like done all the achievements, I guess.
I mean,
that's-
Minecraft is different because Minecraft is
Why?
like Minecraft and Unturned
Why?
is like
No,
Unturned,
those
you
games
know.
are not that different. That's what I'm trying to say. Unturned has surpassed the survival shooter genre, and I feel like Unturned is
more rigid than Minecraft. Like Minecraft started with its purpose being Minecraft started out with its purpose being no purpose, just creativity. That's how
And I
Minecraft
think-
started.
and Unturned is becoming that.
I mean, but then again,
Yeah, that's why it's weird because it didn't start that way.
what do you mean?
Do you believe it's a bad thing?
Wait. Are you saying?
No, what I mean is, what I'm saying is Unturned is slowly becoming a platform for other stuff. We have already been through this. So, for different game modes and stuff like that, I can see that being added to Unturned, right? And you could just... You're saying that is the wrong way to play the game because it's a survival
No, that's
shooter.
different. I'm specifically talking about commands. I'm not talking about workshop
Why?
stuff. I'm
Well,
not
that's
talking
also a
about
different
How
making
are
new
commands
game
different
modes.
from
I am
how are commands different from the workshop?
specifically talking about commands.
How are commands different from the workshop? I don't see where that makes any
I think they're
difference.
inherently both add-ons.
I
There's
think
no way you can
They're
take away from that.
They're just things you add to a game. You could say, okay, no TPA, but then you make a workshop mod that it's an item that lets you teleport to other people with that item.
Yeah. Recall.
Like
Shit.
there's there's like very small. There's no difference between.
No, that's exactly that's exactly what I was gonna say. Actually, that would be better than a command, in my opinion,
Why?
because you actually have to do something.
Oh my
You
god!
just have it.
So
like,
imagine
permanently.
if that was a thing that you just had all the time, because the workshop just kind of did that. The mod
Yeah.
that did that.
That's stupid. You're dumb, Knight.
That is.
And
that
plus,
is
I
stupid.
think well, so if
So what
there
you're-
was like
so-
an
so it
item
would
that
be-
you could grind to get that would allow you to teleport to your bed, that would be
Why
great.
do you
That would
want
be
to lock
fine.
everything behind a fucking grind wall? Please, why? Why do you want to make the game less fun?
So that way, no, I think it's more fun that way because it's more
This is the guy that
rewarding.
plays World of Warcraft,
That's
by the way. So
yeah,
just-
This is the
exactly.
guy
This is
that
why
plays
I
World
like
of
games like
Warcraft
World of
and-
Warcraft and Destiny 2. This
Unturned
is why I like games like that.
Okay. Well,
But think of how good just shooter games that you just hop in and shoot, like Call of Duty, like we talked before.
Yeah, I
You
like
also
those,
said you
yeah.
like that. So
It's not
why
Unturned
why am I not allowed to do that in Unturned?
because I said
Why?
okay. Here's
Okay,
one more
if-
thing I
That's-
want before we end this with this episode, because I think we've gone a
no.
little.
Oh
too
man,
long.
we're ending the episode. Listen.
Hold
Okay,
on, hold
this
on,
stuff.
hold on,
hold on.
Wait, no, I want
No,
to say
hold
something
on,
first. I want to say
please,
no,
Knight,
no,
please,
please,
Knight.
no, please let me say.
Okay,
something.
okay,
No,
let
come
him
on, no,
say.
let-
Let him say.
Please,
Let-
please.
I'm
Thank you,
curious.
Thank you, Staswalle. I concede defeat, Staswalle.
You're okay. You acknowledge that your argument is shit.
Yes, I acknowledge my argument is. I've said this. I'm not good at debating.
Okay. Anyways, Kuki, I think we can end this.
Hold up.
This has been a heated debate.
One last thing before I end off. I'm gonna ask you something, Knight, in SAS.
Okay.
What is the goal of Unturned?
The goal of Unturned, like currently,
No,
like
no.
the
I mean, like,
gameplay.
let's just go back in time and let's imagine that PI was the only map. What is the goal of Unturned during that time?
There was none really. Build a base, loot stuff.
For PEI way back, I'd say the goal is to become self-sufficient.
Which
That's-
could be
that-
done in
yeah.
5 minutes, really.
Yeah, so I mean, like,
Not
I
really.
mean,
I
to
mean,
me,
like-
here's the thing. You could again. This is a point I was gonna make in the video, but now at the end, I don't even care. Nobody's really listening.
Dang.
Literally, the point is that
I think
Unturned-
everyone tuned out when I said get rid of commands. I think everyone tuned
Alright,
out.
whatever.
right?
I'm just not explaining because Knight's so sus.
No, everyone went like, "Oh my god, this night guy leaving the podcast. That's
It's
so good."
Yeah, and it's like they were like, "Oh, he's leaving." Then I said that, and they were like,
Yeah, never
"Yeah,
mind.
he's
Yeah,
leaving."
good.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. Well, I don't know why Trident left. He's a bit of a silly goose. Well, I think this is gonna conclude. I think this is gonna conclude this episode of the Unturned podcast. I've been your host, cucuycharles,
will
and this will
be-
be Night Rider's
I
last
th-
episode. You'll never see him again.
No wait, there are other things I need to say
No,
though.
but they'll never see another
Okay.
message from.
No,
Night
wait,
Rider.
but chill.
What are your
Chill,
last
chill.
words?
My last words are: I'm not just complaining and being an angry piss baby. With my future maps, I want to make. I don't just. You're right, Staswalle. I don't just want to force people to play vanilla. I want to make vanilla fun, and I want people to want to play vanilla. So that's what I'm going to do with my maps. I'm not just going to complain all the time. I'm going to be the change that I
But-
want to see.
But your maps will be curated, hopefully.
Yeah, I hope so.
which
I hope so.
which makes it not vanilla.
Yeah,
But that's
well,
no,
it's full
no. When
circle.
when I'm saying vanilla, I mean like again, I mean like not commands, like because that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Vanilla.
So a modded server is still vanilla.
Yeah, in my eyes, a server with like more farming and
All right,
workshop
we're gonna
guns
end
or
it here.
vanilla is
All right,
vanilla.
this concludes
And
the
there
episode.
and taste bunnies. Okay, stay-
Listen, Durenta should. Okay, cut it off there. It'll
No,
be
no,
funny.
I'm not cutting it out there.
No,
I'm
no.
ending the
Oh, come
episode now.
on.
No.
Alright.
I think he received enough death threats, you know.
Alright, this concludes the episode of the Unturned Podcast. I've been your host, cucuycharles, and
Stay tuned to Silver Boy's channel.
Bye. I
and next
love all
episode
of
will be
you.
very interesting because I don't even know how it's gonna go down. Alright, bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
Bye.